Greetings to all individuals. In this particular section, let us delve into the topic of how we handle the panel data regression model. What is the approach that we adopt when we try out multiple models and aim to batch process the results of these multiple models all at once in a streamlined manner? Export data to a Word document, that is, create a table. Let's delve into the operation process in the following section. So the example I used is still the one related to the death rate of traffic accidents. I shared a video earlier, which specifically focuses on that particular topic. How to report the coefficients in the regression model of panel data. The file standard contains some detailed information about this data, so you can first watch that video. This video mainly discusses the issue of exporting the results, for example, in this case. First, I created a mixed regression model called M1. The dependent variable in this model is the fatal rate, and the independent variable is biotech. As for M2, it is a fixed effects model that focuses on individuals. Now, let's proceed to the next step and see what comes next. M3 is a fixed response model with bidirectional response during the individual period. Consequently, M4 incorporates additional explanatory variables derived from the previous M3, such as the legal drinking age and the presence of punitive measures. It also encompasses factors like miles, unemployment, and the logarithm of local residents' income. Several explanatory variables have been added to enhance the model's predictive power and provide a more comprehensive understanding of the underlying relationships. This is Model 4, so what about Model 5? Model 5 lacks two variables, specifically the unemployment rate and income level. In Model 6, a dummy variable for the long-established age is not used, but instead, a quantitative variable is utilized. In any case, these 6 models have distinct settings. Let's proceed with running them and analyzing the results. In the preceding section, we discussed M2. Now let's provide an update on M3, M4, M5, and M6 in the subsequent section. Once these reports are completed, we will need to organize the output results. Therefore, it is necessary to install and load the Stackazer package. Pay close attention to this crucial step. During this step, our primary objective is to report the coefficient of a file as a standard object. Now, let's first take a look at the function in the innermost layer. We can position the cursor at this point. COVHC this function name, and then press F1 and F1 keys to jump to its help function. This function comes from PLM and is also available in 2 packages. Actually, their functions are the same. You can choose any of them. The one above also works. He explained it. His usage, the first part of his usage is what is a regression model. And then below, we wrote a type equals to what. This is about the estimation method of his cross/cross matrix. So he has so many alternative methods. Look, there are these. So what are these specific methods? He talks about it in the details below. That is to say, it was proposed by different scholars with different estimation schemes. In fact, under these different estimation schemes, the differences in results are not particularly large. So we chose one, HC1. So HC0 to HC3, they are all derived from this wave and in 20 years he proposed. So I think that these details of the calculations, I think everyone doesn't necessarily need to delve into. The purpose of us doing this step at this time is to obtain a reliable conclusion of the t-test by reporting its robust standard deviation. That's enough. Then we estimate the coefficient's cross-product matrix. After that, we take the elements on the diagonal of this matrix, which represent the coefficient's cross-product. Subsequently, we calculate the square root of it to obtain the final result. The standard object, so you can see the following lines. In fact, the only thing that changes is the name of this model, right? You can modify it a little bit. Then, after we take out the standard objects of those coefficients, we put them into ROB-C. Next, let's examine the concluding paragraph. In the concluding paragraph, we invoked a Stargazer function. This function is utilized to organize the output results of the regression model. The assistance provided by its help function is actually quite detailed and comprehensive if you take a look at it. If you don't have that much time or you're not particularly interested in all those details and settings, just understand what I wrote here. So, in the previous part, you need to report the names of the models. These models are the ones that you saved after using the PLM function earlier, and you stored the results in this object. After this, the decimal point has 3 digits, and it does not display the handle. So the format we output is in HTML format, web page format. Another thing is, what is the standard thing used? We just saved this ROB_SE, which is the standard thing for its file. And this title is the title of the entire table. Do you want to assign a number to this model or not allow it to be numbered? And I have written down the labels of each column so you can refer to these models. It can be a mixed regression model, or have individual fixed effects or two-way fixed effects. I have documented it. Alright, for this specific part, our goal is to export the result of this function as a file in web page format. To accomplish this, we will utilize the WriteLines function to pipe this section. ensuring that the file we wish to save is in the appropriate web page format for further use and accessibility. Subject, please ensure that your suffix is HTML. Pay attention to customize it in the front. Let's proceed with the execution. After running, check in the card next to these files if a regression has been generated in the card of files. This step is crucial for verifying the outcome of the process. Table. We open it in the browser and you can see it. This is the result we exported. If you want to browse it in a Word document, you can create a new Word document and find the web page file. Open the table in the browser to view the exported result. If you prefer to browse it in a Word document, create a new Word document and locate the web page file. This is the file that we have just generated, and then we proceed to open it in the format of a web page. Is it possible to open this file in a Word document, or is that not supported? This is the process. So let's summarize what we said about this place. Actually, if you can utilize the PLM function, you should initially construct the model. Then, when it comes to the subsequent steps, one thing you need to do is to document its file standard target and save it for future reference. Simply invoke a function named Stargazer and be mindful of its type, which should conform to the format of a web page, such as HTML. Subsequently, we can utilize the WriteLines function to store the web page file for future utilization and retrieval. You have the option to open this web page file in Word, which will enable you to avoid the need for manual editing of this table. It would be considerably more troublesome if you attempted to edit this table by yourself. Please make sure to take note of your coefficient and standard error values for future reference. And the significance of its significant signal has been automatically identified, including its sample size R² correction R² F value, all of which have been marked for you. This is also a general format in academic papers. We will stop here in this section.